going on, y'all? Today is December 24th. It is Christmas Eve. So, as y'all can tell, I can talk a little bit better right now. And very thankful for that. Thankful for the medication, the antibiotics and everything that I've been taking. And it's all helped. And I'm feeling better. I don't think I'm 100%, but definitely a lot better than I was the other day. And I think Friday, when Pops and I were down here, I say Friday. What is today? Yeah, today's Sunday. Friday, when Pops and I were down here in the last video, I think I overdone it. And yesterday was back to being brutal. So I took it easy yesterday. We didn't do anything in the shop. Holly and I had some Christmas stuff that we wanted to get done and get finished up, rather. And so we got everything taken care of. And it's been a bad few weeks, bad couple months for my wife and her family and her friends and a community, really. One of my wife's best friends since they were little had brain cancer, and she had brain tumors over the years, and she's had 3 or 4 surgeries. I can't remember exactly. I want to say 3. And the tumors would get bigger. They would do surgery, and it would help the size of the tumors and help her prolong, and she's been doing great over the years. And she got a bad report a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately she passed away Friday night, and she was only 33 years old. Great person. Anna will be truly missed. If y'all will just keep everyone in your prayers, my wife included. When I mentioned Friday that things have been rough, my wife's grandpa passed away a couple weeks ago. And so it's just been kind of heavy on everyone around here lately. And we just been taking it. We know it's life. We know that it's going to happen eventually. And we never know when it's our time. We never know. There's only one person that gets to make that decision, and God's timing is always perfect, and we just never know when it's our time to go. So if y'all will, just keep everyone in your prayers. Anna, she was known by many around here. I mean, she's a great person, and there's a lot of people. She had a lot of friends. And she'll be missed, that's for sure. And the same night, there's a couple that I went to school with, and went to high school with, which I've been out of high school 20 years. So it was a couple. They had met in high school. They've been married right after high school, and they had 2 kids. Leanne Kimbrew and Jace Kimbrew. They're from up here in this community, Jace is, and his grandparents used to own the general store right over here, a couple miles from the house here, that I remember growing up and riding bicycles and 4-wheelers over to the store. Mr. Malone, I loved going over there and talking to Mr. Malone. And Jace is a couple years older than me, and Leanne's a couple of years older than me. She had been sick with the flu and stomach bug is what they were saying. And, the kids found her Friday night. She had had a massive heart attack. So we never know God's plan. And, we just trust that it's God's plan. So we trust it, and we have faith, and we have faith that these people are no longer sick. They're no longer hurting. And they're getting to enjoy Christmas with Jesus, you know, celebrate his birthday with him. And I just wanted to throw that out there. I definitely believe in the power of prayer. So the more people pray, and I feel like the more the presence is, you know. And so right now it's Christmas Eve, and when you see this video, it'd probably be Christmas Eve night or maybe Christmas Day if you watch it. And maybe y'all sit down and watch it with your families and enjoy the video. It's a little bit before 7 o'clock right now. Pops, I'm sure, is probably in the house. He may be up cooking him some breakfast right now, but if not, he may be asleep. So I'm not going to bother him. He'll be down here, I'm sure, when he gets up. And I'm going to, let me get my finger out of the way there. I'm going to do some more bending on the factory stock chassis right here, and do some measuring and figure out some more bars. I'll turn the camera around here in just a second and show y'all where we got to. We went ahead and got the halo, the A-pillar bars, the front dash bar, rear dash bar, and we're just gonna keep plugging away at it. You know, we want to get this thing knocked out for Dustin so he can get it to powder coat, start getting it put together, and we look forward to building another factory stock. So y'all hang out with us. Alrighty. Well, Pops and I, y'all remember we done the rear hoop, and we decided before we went to the house that we would like to get the main skeleton of the cage fabbed up. So we went ahead and knocked out the halo and the A-pillar bars, front dash bar, and the down bars. Now, I want to emphasize on cage and material. A lot of people use different materials, which we're using mild steel. And using mild steel, we like to use 120 wall. This is 1.5 inch, 120 wall. All this is. And now we will do, like, the dash bar here is 083. You know, that's just your side-to-side support. And by the time you X-brace all this, that's not going anywhere. The rear hoop will be plenty of supported. So, but your halo, A-pillars, dash bar, down bars here, everything is 120. And it just, structurally, these cars have to weigh 3,200 pounds. And that's a lot of weight to be throwing around. So we definitely want it to be stout. We want it to be strong. So if y'all remember, our car is all 120 as well. We even done 120 on our car all the way out to on the right front over there. And then the bottom hoop bar on the rear of ours is 120 as well. The main reason we done that was for rear percentage, and just to kind of help get more weight back there. So with the motor having to be in stock location, it's kind of hard to get rear percentage in these cars sometimes. So we wanted to put some weight back there. And but anyway, appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Appreciate all the comments, you know, telling me to take care of myself and get better. And I promise y'all I have been. I'm still on them. I'm still taking the antibiotic. So I took it and some medicine this morning, and decided to come down here and get busy because I woke up feeling like myself again this morning. I never usually sleep past 6 o'clock. So, but we're going to get busy. I'm going to set the phone up on time lapse again while I do some measuring and laying out some bars, kind of how I want them to lay out. And y'all hang out. I'm sure Pops will be down here in a little while, and we're gonna keep boogieing on with this thing, y'all. We appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate everybody supporting us. Couldn't do it without y'all, and we look forward to making more and more videos. So y'all hang out. right, y'all. So somebody asked me the other day what we snack on all the time when we're in the shop. That is a bucket of pecans that me and Pops eat all the time. We eat pecans. Anyway, as y'all seen, we were doing the bay bars. And if y'all watched me walk over to that workbench about 20 times with this piece of tubing right here, that's because I cut it way too long.
You doing a diet?
And I was working my way down to level and then getting our measurement right here. And it took me a lot. I was just trying to creep up on it a little bit. But anyway, we got the front bay bars in. They're tacked in. And what Pops and I are going to do now is we're going to do another piece of 1.5 inches right here, straight back. It's going to be pretty much just a side dash bar right here. And we're doing it 1.5 inches because we're going to be mounting the battery box over here. So, well, actually it'll be back there. But then we're going to start slinging 1.25 inches at this thing. And it's just a bunch of bracing. Our diagonal bars here, there. And also, y'all are probably wondering, y'all have heard me talk about the fabricated firewall and floor pan. Y'all are probably wondering when we're going to stop and put that in there. But we're not. So, let me explain. Being that we can do the fabricated firewall and floor pan, Pops and I pretty much have this thing in our head laid out to where there is only one bar that will go through that firewall. And that is this one diagonal bar right here. What we're going to do is make that bar, tack it in, and then when we get our 18 gauge in here, we're going to make the floor pan and everything. We're going to do it like sheet metal, like you would aluminum on bodies and stuff. We're going to bring it over to this bar and stop it. Then we'll take this outer piece over and notch and then butt up against that piece. That way, you don't have any bars going through, but the bars that are going through are notched, and it's a 2-piece floor pan, but it will be spot welded together. So, shout out to Jamie Lewis for giving me that idea. And Jamie sent me another picture last night of his car that he just finished up. And man, I'm talking, if y'all want a top-notch factory stock, give Jamie Lewis a call because it is super clean. But we're going to start throwing more bars at this thing and just start throwing little bars at it. We've got to get some more 120 wall tubing to do our door bars over on the driver's side, and then the rear hoop on the bottom. Y'all remember on our chassis, we done the rear hoop around the fuel cell 120, and it just helps protect that fuel cell, helps protect everything back there, and then plus that rear percentage I mentioned earlier. So, but I didn't want the whole video to be time-lapse. I wanted us to talk some. And obviously I can talk, but I still don't. I get out of breath. But anyway, Pops and I are going to keep on trucking. And we're going to start slinging some more bars at it and start making it look more like a race car. So y'all hang out with us. We're going to do some work. All right. Y'all seen in the time lapse what we were working on. We got this 1.5 inch dash bar in. We got our 1.25 inch diagonal, 1.25 inch diagonal. This one's tacked in. That's the one we were talking about. We were only going to tack in because we have to take it back out, put our firewall in, and then punch a hole and put that through our firewall. These 1.25 inch bars here, the firewall is going to be right in front of these bars. The rules state, like I mentioned before, 12 inch from the back of the block to the firewall is what you're allowed. To the front of these bars right here, we made it 11 inches. That way there's no question that will be legal. So we went 11 inches to here, and the firewall will come up right in front of these bars so they won't have to go through the firewall. And that still allows us plenty of room on our headers and stuff down here. So that'll all work out. Pops and I got all that tacked in. We also put in our 1.5 inch here for our mid-plate mounts. We have to order some mid-plate mounts from A&A Manufacturing. That's no big deal. We've got a couple that we used for mock-up, so we'll get those coming, and we'll be able to weld those on, bolt the mid-plate to it, take that jack stand out, because the motor and the transmission will be bolted in there where it's going to be. But for now, Pops and I have decided that we want to come back here to the back, and we want to get busy back here doing what we got to do. So what we're going to do is measure off these holes. For reference, we use factory holes. Anytime you cutting whatever, it's always easier to use a factory hole, because there's another one over there just like it. So we're going to measure back right here behind the shock bracket, and we're going to make a mark, and then we're going to cut these old frame rails off back here, because we don't have to have these stock frame rails back here. So we're going to cut that off, and then we're going to start getting our bars bent from the rear hoop to the top of the frame here. And then once we get those in, we can work on doing our hoop bars back here, as y'all remember, like ours. We're going to do it like that. So that's our bars coming down to the frame, and then the rear hoop bars. And that's how we're going to do this one. So we wanted to give you a little update, and appreciate y'all hanging out. I know we got a lot of time lapses, but we're just trying to get a bunch done on this chassis. Like I said, we're trying to get it done as quick as possible, because Dustin's wanting to race in February. So
I live in a time lapse.
Live in a time lapse when you don't do nothing but sit around the house all day. I hear you. I hear you.
I put in a lot of time so I can lapse.
That's right. But I'm going to move the tripod back there by the back door and video Pops and I cutting all this off, laying it out and cutting it off. And then we're going to work on bending those bars and see if we can't get those done today. Holly and I have some Christmas stuff that we have to go do with family in a little while. So Pops and I were just trying to get as much done as we could. And then that way, over the next couple of days, Christmas Day and the day after, we can really start laying some more bars to it. So y'all hang out. All right, y'all seen in the time lapse, Pops and I got the back of the frame cut off, and we went ahead and got one of our down bars bent and put on. Just took a little while trying to get it leveled this way and this way back here. So, because y'all know we have to attach here to do our rear hoop. So it just took a little bit, and we'll have to get the other side made. But right now, I don't even know what time it is. But we're going to quit for the day and enjoy Christmas Eve and hang out with family and see what we can get into the rest of the day. But we're going to call it a day in the shop. We got a lot done today. And I know tomorrow is pretty much a busy day for Holly and I. And so we'll be busy doing Christmas stuff tomorrow. But we have the day after Christmas that I'm off work. So Tuesday. And we'll come back down here and sling some more tubing. We hope everybody's having a great Christmas. Hope everybody stays safe. Y'all remember the reason for the holidays. So celebrating Jesus' birthday, and we're very blessed. I'm nowhere near the Christian I need to be, but I know I have a relationship with God, and I'm very, very blessed and thankful for everything that I get to do right here in this shop, especially with Dad. So I know there's a lot of people out there that's not able to do that this Christmas, and I don't take any of it for granted, because I'm blessed beyond belief, that's for sure. And blessed way more than I deserve. But we're going to get busy. We're going to hang out with family and enjoy the rest of the holiday, and we hope everybody's safe. Y'all hug your loved ones, tell them you love them, and can't thank y'all enough. Can't thank y'all enough. I want to give a shout out Keegan Norquist, Truett Miller, Patrick Langley, Jesse Merriman, of course Dustin Riley, the guy that we're building this chassis for. People that have just sent us stuff. I mean, we got Ryan Mulder. I mean, I keep forgetting people, and it's just because there's so many people that have come forward and helped us out along the way. Can't thank y'all enough. I know our car's sitting over there covered up right now, but we promise it's going to be uncovered very soon. And we have some parts for it to keep on trucking with it and doing the body and interior and stuff. And we've got to get our engine block, that one, as a matter of fact, we've got to get that one down to the machine shop so they can get started. And hopefully in another month or so, we'll have a motor and we can get that thing turnkey and running, and we can go through the suspension and get everything set how we want and go ahead and get the body done on it, because season starts in just a few months. So there's some races coming up, obviously, in January. The Ice Bowl at Talladega and stuff like that. We're not going to be making those races. And we just want to make sure that we're ready for our local track stuff and that we can hit the season wide open. Well, we thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. And until next time.
Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all very much. Have a wonderful and blessed and Merry Christmas. Until next time, God bless you.
See y'all.